experiences spirituality will come up and say, yes, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. So it are three steps. One is a Vakya that Guru tells you that you are Brahman. Then he says you practice that your Atma is Brahman. And then you are practicing and then you realize that Aham Brahmasmi. These three steps.
If the donkey could be dehypnotized, I guess we can all be.
Okay. So Swamiji has left an extensive material for us. His wisdom, both spoken as well as written material, is like a great ocean. So I'm going to focus on his understanding and his advice on the service of man in God. Swamiji has done us so much of favor, so it is befitting to salute our Swamiji, to express our gratitude at this time. This service of jivas in the spirit of oneness, that is the Swamiji's greatest teaching. That a service which is a product of recognizing the oneness is the basis of selfless service to be rendered to our fellow man. So it is not a service out of pity or out of compassion, but understanding that we are all interconnected. And the main tenet of Vedanta is oneness. There is no differences, it's only one, Brahman, which is unmanifest and manifest. So Swamiji makes us understand how to render these services. And this is the Karma Yoga. Swamiji has explained Karma Yoga in a very beautiful way. This is one of the very famous teachings of Swamiji. And I loved this teaching since the age of 10. Swamiji said, look upon every man, woman and everyone as God. You cannot help anyone. You can only serve. Serve the children of Lord. And if the God grants you that privilege, that you can help anyone or you can serve any one of his children, blessed you are. We all came here empty handed. We did not know where we will be born, with what abilities, where, in what area of the planet. None of these was known to us. So whatever we have received is the grace of God, and to use that highest grace of God for the fellow being is the highest good that we can do. This teaching is so dear to me that I am a cardiologist, and in my cardiac cath lab we had this picture of Swamiji with this teaching, and everyone, irrespective of the faith, they loved these teachings. Swamiji again explains that it is our privilege to serve the living God, and each one is a manifestation of divinity. So Swamiji emphasized that let the divinity within you manifest and see the same divinity in the fellow being, not only human being, every being, animal being, and human being. And Swamiji says that after so much of austerity, I have come to one conclusion, that God resides as a jiva in each individual, and there is no other God besides that. And to serve jiva is serving the God himself. So this is the oneness, feeling oneness, intellectually understanding the oneness and unity amongst everyone. And these teaching comes from Bhagavad Gita. Swamiji was a great scholar of Bhagavad Gita. He was a great devotee of Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita was a lifelong companion of Swamiji. So in 1888, when Swamiji went all over India as a wandering monk, he had only very little possession. One was his kumandal, where we had to eat and drink a little pot, and two books. One was Bhagavad Gita, other was the Imitations of Christ. So he was a great devotee, follower, scholar, and he lived Gita. And this verse is from Lord Krishna, which says and explains what is it. And the Lord says, Mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva. For us to understand the oneness, Lord says that there is nothing besides me, nothing superior to me. To explain to Arjuna that there is nothing besides me, nothing superior to me. Mai sarvamidam means all these you see is woven into me. Like a cotton thread and the beads, the garland, everything is woven into me. Like a cotton thread where the different knots, so they appear, but at the end it is nothing else but the Brahman. We appear differently, different shapes, different size, different color, different nationality, but it is all interconnected with this thread. So how come we don't see it? We don't see it because of the effect of Maya. Maya, or elusive power of God, puts a curtain between what we perceive in the world and the God. So that is called avidya maya. Avidya maya, which has two powers. It's a concealing power, means it hides the truth, and projection, so that it projects something which is not there. So these powers of Maya keeps Brahman not known to us. So we think that we are all separate, we are all different, and we are not connected. But the truth is that we are all connected. And that is one of the teachings, and Swamiji put a torch on this teaching and showed that look, we are all one. And understanding that oneness, you serve the people. And you come out of the avidya maya, which is concealing the truth or Brahman, by vidya maya. Vidya maya means which brings the knowledge. And that has two components. One is vivek and vairagya. Vivek means discrimination, vairagya means dispassion. So with vivek and vairagya added with the devotion, you get a three-dimensional view of the world. Got it? So vivek means discrimination of right and wrong. Vairagya means dispassion. At the moment we are passionately attached to the world. So it creates dispassion. And that is added with the devotion or bhakti. So knowledge and bhakti combined will give you a clarity and a vision, which is the truth you will be able to see, and then you will be able to serve everyone intensely and will have plenty of joy in service. It doesn't move now. Can you check it? Okay. And the Swamiji's master, Bhagavan Ramakrishna, we call him Bhagavan. Bhagavan Ramakrishna was one of the realized souls in the 19th century. And Swamiji was his most favorite and most dedicated disciple. So Bhagavan Ramakrishna said, God is everywhere, but he is most manifest in human being. God is everywhere, that is true, but he is most manifest in human being. And to serve the God, living God, is the highest service that we can render. Serve man as God is the highest service that we can do. God is everywhere. So that is the teaching, highest teaching, the truth of Gita. Acharam charam evacha suksmatvat vigneyam durastham chanti kechata. Lord Krishna says, I am everywhere, inside and outside. Bahir, but I am so subtle you can't recognize me. And Swamiji says, try to recognize that. And Swamiji had studied all our scriptures, Eastern philosophy, Western philosophy, very extensively. He has read, understood, and put it in practice. He has spent more than 5 years closely with Bhagavan Ramakrishna and attended these highest teachings from the Guru. And he was such an humble disciple of Bhagavan Ramakrishna that he always gave credit to his Guru. And he has written that whatever I say, if it is good and understandable, it is my Guru. And if there is any difficulty or not clear, that is me. So he was totally dedicated to the Guru. And this is the verse from Kathopanishad. He studied all our Vedas and Upanishads in detail. And how you get this knowledge? So here this teaching of Upanishad says, Manasa evidam aptavyam asti kinchina mrityursa mrityum gacchati ya iha naneva pasyati. Word by word. Manasa evidam aptavyam. With your intellect and mind, understand this. Manasa evidam aptavyam. Let it come to your intellect. Na iha nana asti kinchina. There are no differences. We look different. We have different colors, different size, different shapes, different religion. But there is no difference. If you don't understand that, and that understanding that oneness is a what realization or self-realization. When you understand that oneness or Brahman, that is a God realization or self-realization. Unless you get it, your fate is mrityorsa mrityum gacchati na ya iha naneva pasyati. But one who says difference is here, they go through the cycle of birth and death. When that divine vision comes, that we are all connected and it is oneness, then there are no distinctions between different classes, educated, non-educated, rich, poor, ugly, handsome. All those differences disappear. And through the selfless work, love, why do the selfless work? Selfless work establishes God within you, and the love of God continuously enhances, and the clarity of the seeker gets better and better. The Swamiji explained this teaching very forcefully for all of us to understand. And he said that stand up and express the divinity. You stand up and express the divinity. We all are divine. We have to let that divinity manifest within us by studying the scriptures, by study, by bhakti, by austerity, whatever means you want to do it. And this is the most famous teaching of Swamiji, and he says, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. When Swamiji was here on this planet, our country was in a precarious situation. British Empire was at the peak, and our people were at the bottom of their existence. They were depleted of wealth, they were depleted of health, they were poor, they were deprived, there were man-made famine. They lost the self-confidence. Our civilization was assaulted badly. And Swamiji saw this firsthand, and that's when he gave this clarion call that arise, awake, and stop not till your goal is reached. You decide what is your goal. So you decide the goal and relentlessly work. That was the Swamiji's message. And it worked like a magic, and the country which was in slumber and in the worst of the situation, there was no hope. From there, all the people were aroused because of Swamiji's teaching. So his contribution to our freedom and our existence today, we owe it to Swamiji's teachings. And this teaching comes from, where does it come from? Swamiji says, I am not telling you anything new. It comes from our scriptures. This is from Kathopanishad. This is a very famous verse from Get Up. Uttista, Jagrata, Prapya, Varana Nibodhata. Go to an intelligent man, means go to a guru who is a Brahmanistha, Kshotriya Brahmanistha, one who is very well versed and powerful. Learn from him. So Uttista, Jagrata, Prapya, Varana Nibodhata. Surasya Dhara Nisita Duratyaya. This path is like a razor blade, walking on a razor blade. Surasya Dhara Nisita Duratyaya. Durgam pathastata kavayo vadanti. It is a very difficult path to tread, that the wise people or sages say that. What path? The spiritual path. How come it is difficult? It is difficult. We have made it difficult because the prevalent philosophy is that me, mine and my family, that's it. This is the selfish or egocentric philosophy on which people worked at that time and people work even this time. Prevalent philosophy of our society is myself, me, mine, at the most my family and children, nothing else. From there to become selfless is like an ocean difference. That's why it is Durgam. Durgam pathastata means to cross our own ego. Ego means selfishness. Our own ego, and to go beyond that and to give selfless service and realize God. It is very difficult because we have lived, we grew up in that, and we exist, and we rejoice that philosophy, and that's why it is Durgam. The teachings of his master and scriptures, Swamiji, after Bhagwan Ramakrishna left this planet in 1866, 10 years later, Swamiji to propagate this wisdom and this knowledge, he established a Ramakrishna mission. It was established on May 1st, on May 1st, 1897, with his fellow disciple. And the purpose was to serve the living God. Up until this time, the monks were only concerned with their own development and their emancipation and their bhakti and knowledge, and they never got involved with the problems of the society. Swamiji says, no, serve the living God. There is no other God besides that. That's what he said. So he started the new tradition where the monks participated in the needs of the societies. At that time there was poverty was rampant, illnesses were rampant, there was cholera epidemics and all the things were going on. There were no healthcare systems. So he established dispensaries, he established hospitals, he established these schools and colleges to educate our people, spiritual centers. So these were the various activities, but to cater to the needs of the needy people. And he coined this, the motto of this Ramakrishna mission. That was Atmano Mokshartham and Jagadhitaya cha, for the emancipation of our own self, for God realization, and Jagadhitaya cha, for the benefit of the world. So there were two main mottos of this mission, and this mission with his brother disciples started on a small scale and became very famous and very rewarding for the society, and a lot of people participated, and now there are hundreds and thousands of these centers with the monks of the Ramakrishna order serving the mankind, but the basis is the one which we talked about. Swamiji again said that the poor people, the sick people, the lepers, leprosy was common, lepers, lunatics, or or what appears to be an evil people. They are all nothing else but the manifestation of God. And seeing God in them to treat them, that is the highest good that we can do. And Swamiji said, don't wait. Pick up the service which is available to you, next to you, and start. And slowly the divine will replenish all that you need and your mission will be successful. So the way to do it is to start the service which is available to all of us. Whatever project you want to take, you want to feed hungry people, you do that. You want to distribute clothing, you want to make a shelter for them. Whatever comes to you, immediately start, and then work with attitude of selflessness, so that you are doing it to please the God. Everything I see is a part of God. I want to please God and I want to serve that living God. This is the foundation of Karma Yoga. And Bhagavan Ramakrishna said that one who works with a selfless motive gets tremendous blessings of the divine, and he himself grows. This is the foundation. So, Swamiji emphasized that being selfish is evil. Being selfish is immoral. Selfless is morality. Here a clear definition. Selflessness is morality, selfishness is immoral behavior. Selflessness is religion, selfishness is being worldly. So here we see the difference between selfish service and selfless service. Like I said, it is a prevalent philosophy, it's the first one, selfish. That creates a problem. We understand or not, but that it creates a problem, and it increases anxiety, restlessness, greed, anger. These are all because we are self-centered and selfish. It induces greed and anger. If you are successful, it increases greed. If you are unsuccessful or some obstruction, then it brings anger. And it takes us deeper and deeper into the world and more attached to the power and possession. More attached we get, the more pain we will face, and as the time goes, it increases the fear in us, fear of leaving whatever we have gained, and fear of old age, fear of death will not let you be comfortable. And going on the path on the left, that is a southward direction, you will land up with cycle of birth and death. So there are two paths. One is north way, going towards Niagara, other one is going towards Florida. So they are different paths and different rewards. If you pick up the selfish motive, then this is your fate. So the Swamiji wanted us to grow centrifugally, not centripetal. At the moment we are centripetal, me, mine, myself, and at the most my family, and we don't come out of that. Swamiji said, no, you increase and go centrifugally, means outside your center. So serve yourself, serve your family, serve your society, serve your nation, serve the mankind. That is centrifugally, means going and increasing the circle. That is Vyaktigat dharma, Kautumbik dharma, Samajik dharma, national dharma, and Manav dharma. And Swamiji popularized these all over the world. Okay. So with that understanding, he wanted to dissipate that knowledge to all over the country. So he started his touring on foot, and he traveled all over India, like I mentioned, with very little possession. And wherever he went, he gave his sermons and woke up the nation. And he said he felt very bad about the status of our people. And he said the national spirit or nationalism is not having just an emotional feeling for your own nation. It is a passion. It is a passion for the suffering of your fellow being and to be helpful and rectify that. That is the real patriotism. So he instilled that feeling in the whole nation by giving lectures, countless lectures, and by self-demonstration. So approach everything as God. My God the poor, my God the sick, my God the disabled. That I want to serve. And he coined the term called Daridra Narayan, means poor as God. Daridra means poor, Narayan God. The poor people, poor, it may be in the education, poor in money, poor in health, seeing the God in that, Daridra Narayan. He is the one who coined this term. And Mahatma Gandhi picked up that term, Daridra Narayan, and made it very popular all over the nation. Mahatma Gandhi came, and in 1902, Swamiji left this planet, and Mahatma Gandhi entered from South Africa, and Gandhiji gave the salutation to Vivekananda and said that after reading Swamiji and listening to Swamiji, my love for the nation has increased 1,000-fold. That's what Mahatma Gandhi used to say. And then he, Daridra Narayan, with masses, he made it a household thing, Daridra Narayan. And in that time, the public woke up, received this message, and the brilliant mind of that time picked up this, and they became the national leaders and the freedom fighters. And Swamiji says that these teachings, these knowledge has to be infused in our youngsters. The knowledge, so Swamiji always emphasized the knowledge which makes a character, that is the real knowledge. So I want my young generation to be healthy, physically, emotionally stable, intellectually sharp, and spiritually charged with this knowledge. And this selfless service, this philanthropic feeling has to be instilled at the young age of the primary, secondary school. And that is the real education, he said. And he said, they alone live who live for others. That is one of the Swamiji's famous teaching. And he says, they alone live who live for others. Others are more dead than alive. That's what he said. So he said, work for work's sake, worship for worship's sake, love for love's sake. Do good. Do good because it is good to do good. And he says, ask no more. Whatever I have to tell you, I told you. You understand this, then do the manan, chintan, and put it in your life. And then he stopped talking, and in the young age of 39, he extensively learned so much and taught so much all over the world, Eastern and Western both, and millions were beneficiary of his teachings. So he's a great contributor. And that time, these are the giants of our time: Mahatma Gandhi, Aurobindo, Subhash Babu, Vinoba Bhave. They all were his followers. They all had Bhagavad Gita in their pockets. So that's why I'm keeping Bhagavad Gita in my pocket, in my head and heart and pocket. So you have, it's because there is so much of wisdom in that. And these people, they all worked for nation, and they all were so charged of they left their personal goals, personal family goals, and worked for only one thing, and that was that time that was a need of the nation for the freedom and serving the fellow being. And the principles were so powerful and the basis was so powerful that we got the freedom. Jai Hind. That is the teachings of Vivekananda in short. It is like an ocean. We can spend a whole day only on service, but time is of essence, okay? So I hope I gave some clarity, and the clarity will only increase if you ask questions, and then the intellect will grasp it, and if your intellect accepts it, that becomes the truth for you, and you are done.
Especially that you have two hands, keep one in the world and the other you keep with the divine. So beautiful. And for your question, can I add something? I read one time